Hi everyone, the one who matters here, and I'm back to do my anime news. Now I know I've been gone for a couple of weeks, and that's due to some personal problems. But I'm back, and I'm ready to do some more anime news. Actually, today's going to be a little different from what I normally do in my newscast. What I'm going to do is give you my reactions to some anime that I've watched recently, namely what's come out in this past spring. So with all that being said, let's get the show started, shall we? This is going to be a new segment for me, so considering this is a new segment, I think I should affectionately call it something. I think I'm going to call it the anime that I'm going to watch or I'm going to drop. So let's start off with our first title, Plastic Memories. Oh boy, Plastic Memories. What can I say about this title? Woo! Okay, here goes. Taking place in the town in the near future, the corporation SAI Group is the leading Android production company. They've released a new Android model called the Giftia, who talk, act, and look like real humans. And what I mean by they act like real humans is they're also able to eat, drink, and use the restroom. The Giftia, though, only have a lifespan of about 81,000 hours, or roughly 9 years, before their memory starts to disintegrate and they lose all personality. Or basically, the androids go kind of crazy. To help deal with this problem, the ACI Group has terminal services whose job it is to retrieve these androids before they go rampant. Terminal Service sends out a pair consisting of one human and one Giftia to retrieve the Giftia of a client. As you come to find out, though, that some people have become attached to their Giftia and don't want to give them up. This is why Terminal Services uses the Giftia as a retriever. That way that Giftia can retrieve the other Giftia. Why am I giving you all this backstory? Well, it's because our main character, Mizukaki, has failed to get into college and, thanks to his father, now works in Terminal Services. On his first day, he's given a Giftia by the name of Isla, who he met on an elevator and instantly fell in love with. That's right, folks, it was love at first sight. And you know how these stories tend to go. Isla has been with Terminal Services for a long time. In fact, unknowns to Mizukaki, she's actually at the end of her life cycle. So basically, this is going to turn out into a tragic anime. And that's one of the reasons why I don't like it. After watching the first episode, there's no way that I can buy this story. I understand that anime is supposed to be a story, and in the story things can happen that normally don't happen. That's why it makes it a story. But in the story, there has to be rules that seem real. For example, let's try Gundam. In a world where we have space stations, one space station decides to rebel and has to use giant robots to fight because the other government has giant robots to fight with. Okay, that's the rules. It's possible. In this world, Giftias have to eat, drink, and use the restroom. Who would buy an android that would eat, drinks, and use the restroom? It would become a burden. You're basically feeding another human being, or have to pay their electric bill, or have to pay their water bill. And before you argue that, oh, you have to do the same thing with dogs and cats by feeding them, watering them, taking them to the restroom, this is true, but at the same time, it kind of demeans these robots. The story is trying to convey to you that these androids are pretty much human. So why treat them as slaves? Most of the Giftia that you see are usually helping out an elderly couple or somebody who's lonely. That's pretty much selling a slave. Why do that? And then you want to try to feed them and make them drink stuff. I don't know, that seems kind of harsh, but trust me, that's not my only complaint about this anime. During the first episode, the team of Mizukaki and Isa have to retrieve a childlike Giftia from an elderly woman. This elderly woman sees this child as her grandchild and doesn't want to give her up. And the child just sees her grandmother as a person. You know, they have memories together. And you're thinking, well, why don't they just transfer the personality to another android? Why not do that? They can't. They can't transfer personalities. That's right. Once your Giftia reaches 9 years, its personality is completely destroyed, and all of its memories. Not only that, the person giving up their Giftia has to sign a document stating that they're freely giving up their Giftia, and has to watch their Giftia's personality and memories be deleted right in front of them. No one in their right mind would ever sign up for this kind of program. This is supposed to be the near future. Today, Right now, we can take memory from one computer, put it in the cloud, and move it to another computer. But yet, we can't move a personality from one robot to another. This is one of the things that ticks me off about this anime. But let's get to the characters. These wonderful, wonderful characters. Mizugaki. Him. He just seems so naive about everything. He's grown up in this world, yet he keeps being surprised about these Giftias. That after 9 years, these Giftias lose their personalities. That's impossible. Why do I say this is impossible? Well, let's take Android phones, let's take iPods, let's take anything technological that we have right now and put it in the free market, which we have. If something is crap, like let's say an RCA tablet, right? You hear from people that, hey, don't get an RCA tablet, that's a piece of crap. Or don't get an iPhone, that's a piece of crap. Or don't get an Android, that's a piece of crap. And you know, people will listen to opinions and say, hey, you know what? That's a piece of crap. Let me go get another thing. Don't you think after somebody has to sign away the Giftia and say, you know what? That was so heart-wrenching. I don't ever want to do that again. Don't ever get a Giftia. It's going to hurt you so badly. Don't you think people will be like, hey, you know what? He's right. That's terrible. What a terrible thing to do. Nobody would buy a Giftia. That's why this thing doesn't work for me. This anime doesn't work for me. I'm supposed to be talking about characters, about Mizugaki. But he's generic. He's bland. He has no personality. He's just like, whoa, this is new. Whoa, this is new. I've never seen this before. What? I've never seen this before. Now, he seems like a nice guy. And they treat him like a good kid. The only reason he wasn't able to go to college was because he got sick and missed a testing date. He's as generic as an anime male lead can be. There's really nothing to him. There's no personality. Isla. Isla. Another reason why I don't like this anime. In the first episode, she's shown to be giving her best, her all, to try to be the best partner she can be because she is really not the greatest Giftia ever. She's clumsy, she's slow, she's terrible with clients, and the only thing she seems to be able to do is make tea. Everybody praises her for tea. But when she gets Mizaki as a partner, she tries her hardest to prove that she's a good partner. In one instance, she tries to jump off a building to chase after her client, and fails. That was funny, she kind of fell. In the second episode, she's shown to be training, but unfortunately, Giftias can't get any better. They're only built to specs, and then after that, they just degrade. But she tries really hard to prove to Mizaki that she's going to be a good partner. Episode 3 happens. Mizaki is forcibly put into her apartment. There he tries to make contact with her and just talk, you know, nothing perverse, nothing bad, just like, hey, I'm your partner, let's talk. She doesn't talk to him at all. She goes in her room, she goes in the chair, and shuts up. There's other characters too, but they're all one-dimensional. You have the scary senpai who is wise at one moment and scary at the second. Another female partner who's so tsundere, you know, she's like, oh, I don't like what you work, but secretly I do like you, but I'm not going to tell you. If this is your first anime, it might be for you. You know, the story of falling in love with a robot, or a world where everybody has robots. Good lord, this is Cubex. Robots for everyone. But for me, there's better stories than this. If you want something that's a better storyline, except for the ending, because even the ending confused me, try Chobits. And I mean the manga, not the anime. The anime was a little weird for me. So with all that being said, guys, I'm just going to have to drop Plastic Memories because it doesn't do anything for me. Chobits is a better story of human falling in love with an android, and the world makes more sense. Because at least in that world, you can transfer the data. You can transfer the personality from robot to robot. So, there it is. I'm dropping it. But thanks for watching, guys, for my first review, or more of a first reaction, because it's not fair to give it a review because I haven't seen all the episodes, and I don't plan to watch all the episodes, so I'll never do a review about this anime. But if you like what I did, you know, hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you want to see more, because I'm the one who matters, And I'm going to bring you the anime news that I think matters. See you later.